Alright everyone, welcome back and it's time to go balls deep. And today we are discussing why do people like Boruto Uzumaki's character, the character himself. Because right now, he has reached meme status. It's kind of like a meme status where people who hate Sakura, they call her useless and trash. Do you agree with me, Yusuf? Yusuf's joining me today.
Hey guys, what's up? Personally, I actually do like Boruto's character as of yet. Like, I mean, in the beginning I had mixed feelings, but I'm going to go into that later in detail. Yes, I do agree with you.
I will be featuring your comments and I'll be putting them on screen. Shout out to you guys, everything, you know. A lot of you just want that senpai notice to me type shit, right? So let's cue the intro, let's get this started.
You don't fuck with neck, bro.
Alright, so this is just from the top of our head, right? Why do you like Boruto, Yusuf?
There's so much to talk about, but I'll be honest, Boruto's character, he was introduced as a flawed character in order to have a great development, and I think they achieved that. Now obviously he didn't put in the effort or training to be an ninja initially, but over the course of the series you realize that, you know what, Boruto isn't like his father, isn't supposed to be like a main protagonist that we normally see in a shonen anime. He is a character which is more relatable to kids these days in our generation, and I respect that. I respect that he's the most realistic character that I've seen in shonen anime so far.
I agree with you. I'm not gonna deny that he's not a relatable character. In fact, you know that I actually relate with Boruto a lot. This is gonna get quite personal, right? Boruto is a brat. This is why we hate him, because he disrespects Naruto. But that's because we took our journey with Naruto. We know him from he's a baby to 32-year-old man becoming the Hokage. Boruto is ignorant of the knowledge that we know. Much like how us, yeah, where we're ignorant of our parents before were born, right? When I was a kid, my dad was never around. I never had a proper conversation with my dad till I was 18 years old. My mom raised us, blah blah blah, everything went fine. So when I look at Boruto's character, I'm just thinking, what the hell? I experienced what he did, but I don't disrespect my father. I don't, it's not like I do what Boruto is doing. I actually understand my father's perspective. Oh, he wasn't around. Oh, my dad wasn't around in my childhood.
I'll tell you why.
I still respect him. Like, my dad was never there, bro. This is why I get pissed off about Boruto, yeah? Boruto has like these fun memories of his father. His dad actually cares. A lot of us out here, yeah, that don't like Boruto's character, we didn't have any of that, bro.
Okay, let me explain to you.
So we see him as a brat.
Listen, there's more to it than just a brat. If I'm honest with you, you have to think of Boruto as a whole. He was a prodigy and raised in a time of peace. That itself will make and shift the character's mindset in a certain way. Ultimately, because of that, yeah, this led him to slack and take things super easy. I know people in real life, because of their intelligence in school, they don't study, they didn't work hard one bit in their life, yeah, and they just got past school like nothing. And Boruto did that with Ninja Academy. He did it with his skills because he was so amazing, he's so talented, yeah, everything became too easy for him, and therefore he started slacking. But when things got harder, his lack of training and his mindset to that he can do anything, yeah, it actually became, it worked against him, it backfired. And every time Boruto was in a tight spot, he messed up and got saved by his friends. And this ultimately demoralized him. It felt like, yo, shit, man, I'm not as strong as I thought I was. And ultimately, because of all of that, he ended up cheating in the tuning exam. It made sense. The reason he cheated in the end of the day, yeah, because
he wanted his father's attention.
Exactly. And why was that? You said, yeah, when you were young, you didn't get your father's attention at all. But Boruto, yeah, listen, he actually, when he was young, he did have his father's attention. He had experience of having fun with his dad. And then suddenly that all stopped. So imagine he knows he can relate with his dad at one point of his time when he was young, yeah, and his dad suddenly started getting busy. It's not like he was scared of his dad. It's not like, oh, I don't want to approach him, I'm scared of him.
Alright, I can argue against that. This is why there is a Sarada Uchiha fan base. People make a meme, they say, oh, Sarada should be the main character because it would have been better. Because Sarada's going through an even worse problem. Her dad is never around. Sasuke is trying. I love Sasuke. Sasuke's trying to be a good father. He's always like trying to spend time with them. But Sarada is so mature, she gets it. She goes, you know what, I still respect my father. I'm the last Uchiha. I get it. That's why I like Sarada more.
You completely handled everything what I said.
I get what you're trying to say. Because I can relate with Boruto.
No, I think you relate more with Sarada than Boruto. I'll tell you why. But Sarada, she never had any experience with her father. Her father was never there. So from the beginning, she was trained to get used to it. She was okay in that mindset. She was told by her mother her father was going out to do some crazy missions for the Hokage, and that's her life. She was used to that. But Boruto Boruto wasn't, he was born in a safe environment where his mother was there, his father was there, and he's having such a lovely time, that which Sarada couldn't ever understand because she didn't have that experience that Boruto had. But suddenly this experience was taken away from him the moment that Naruto started getting piled up with his work.
Yeah, okay, I agree with you there. Can you defend Boruto's character when it came to the Mitsuki arc? Can you agree that the writing on Boruto's character is wishy-washy, not consistent? Like Mitsuki arc, all he said is Mitsuki, do you love me? Do you need me? I want ya.
Bro, you're a very good singer, man. This is an X Factor moment for you. But honestly, I think I might get a lot of hate for this. After the moment of the tuning exams, Boruto did in fact develop as a character, and I could see that in the Mitsuki arc. I don't see Boruto as a natural self-reflective person. He's not natural at doing that like Naruto was.
Yeah, he needs Sarada and Mitsuki to do that for him.
He needs his peers or a certain situation to push him to think, outside of the box, or out to think why people feel the way they do. When Naruto, I don't know what it was, he was just natural at understanding. He had that ninchu on lockdown. He understood how things work. Like the fact that in the Mitsuki arc, he started questioning himself. He's like saying, shit, I didn't actually know this guy. He was there for me, but I wasn't there for him. What do I actually know about Mitsuki? And then that was a whole freaking series wasn't just about Mitsuki. It was about Boruto understanding who he is as a friend. And I thought that did an okay job.
So that's where I agree with you there again. But that's what I'm trying to say. There is an inconsistency in the writing, because they told us it was a Mitsuki arc. They could have explored the whole of Mitsuki's character, but they didn't do it right. That's what I'm trying to say. Do you agree with that at least?
I agree with that. I don't think it was a Mitsuki arc at all.
I get it, like in the future he has this dark prophecy, he's gonna change, he's gonna have a 180, right? He's gonna become a different person, because he even admitted in the manga, he says, I was a brat, this is my story of how I became the person that I needed to be in the future against Kawaki.
Yeah, so
that's
how can you not like that? It's basically
because it's just so inconsistent. Maybe I'm starting to realize I like Boruto more than I think, right? Because he's just Naruto, but a bit different.
I just want to quickly address your point that you made earlier about it's kind of inconsistent. You know what? That's another reason I do like Boruto, because realistically, a person's mindset and the way they behave, they won't always be the same. They'll always relate and revert back to their old habits and the way of thinking. Right. Progress comes over a long period, and Boruto always, like, even the filler episode when Boruto had to spend time with his dad. I felt that was well done. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people hate that. People felt like, oh, Boruto, why don't you listen to his own advice? Like, he gave Sarada, he's such a pansy. But honestly, I actually like that, man. I actually like the way he went about, and then in the end he had some training with his dad.
You're arguing that Boruto has one of the most realistic writing. Like, he's 100%. Such a realistic person.
Yes, and people don't like that because they don't like realistic characters.
Oh yeah, because we need to have an aspiring character that we want to be, that we want to become, that motivates us. And I think you might be right. Maybe that's why I hate Boruto, because I hate myself.
Nah, that's too deep, bro. Dude, you bring it up too many deep points.
No, I was thinking about that 2 days ago. I was self-reflecting. I was like, why don't I like Boruto? And then I was like, bro, I relate with Boruto so much, man. I think I'm him, man. I think that's why I hate him. That's why I like Sarada. No, I'm joking. Let's look at the community tab. Let's look at Twitter. So Taikim Willis says, laughing my ass off, nobody liked Naruto as a character back then. Either people just like Sasuke, Rock Lee, Gaara, Neji. I feel like ever since he got Sage Mode and became pretty much the version of Ten Tails, everybody started dick riding him like the Uchiha and the Itachi. I don't hate Naruto at all, but I really liked him once he became the Hokage and the dad. His design and character is dope. Boruto has some potential. This is only the beginning. I will have to say that I agree with Takeem Willis. When I first watched Naruto, people called me a hypocrite in my reviews, but I'm gonna say it now. I didn't really like Naruto when I first started the series. I liked Sasuke more. I liked other Rock Lee more, for example. And then when I got older, watching Naruto for 8 years, I realized, oh my god, Naruto is the best person. Yusuf is the opposite. Yusuf, you liked Naruto the most, right?
I always like Naruto. I still do. It's my favorite character.
Next comment is from Francis. I wanted to address this comment. He said, isn't that the point though, that Boruto is flawed? Watching a flawed character grow up to a hero or whatever is where the fun is watching Sarada. Where's the fun in watching Sarada and Mitsuki, who are pretty much perfect in both character and power, at least for their age? Now I'm gonna disagree with this comment, because Sarada does have a flaw. She's the last living Uchiha, her dad is never around, and you saw that in the Sarada and Sasuke episode. She had to acknowledge all that shit.
No, but that's not really that's a flaw in her life.
Yeah, Yeah, so her flaw is
it a flaw
organic in her
character?
character. It's built into her character, her flaw.
I think her flaw is a bit too hard, man. I think Sarada's a bit too...
Mitsuki's character, Mitsuki's flaw is built into him too. He's philosophical. He's questioning, is he human? Who the hell is his dad? What's his sage mode? So I disagree with that, do you?
No, I disagree with that too, to be honest. Mitsuki, I think he's a well-made character, and the way he questions things is how I want someone like Mitsuki to do that.
Francis goes on to say what you said, Yusuf. He says Boruto has gone through very many real things that people can relate to, having to cheat. I've cheated in an exam. I cheated every goddamn test. He goes, I've seen some people get pissed at Boruto for being very one-dimensional about Mitsuki betraying them, but Boruto in his father's son, and you know, the man is just doing what he does. So he's pretty much agreeing with you, I guess.
This is by the Hyperson. I guess I appreciate that he has some degree of common sense. He escapes that annoying shonen trope of having an unfathomable, stupid protagonist. Plus, hey, he has a fairly realistic daddy issues, which has realistic psychological effects on him. That alone makes me more interested in him than most other shonen main characters. Exactly.
I think people are slowly making me starting to like Boruto.
You know why you hate him? Can I be honest? You know the reason why you hate him?
Why do I hate him?
You keep thinking how you will handle Boruto's situation, or how someone in a mature mindset should handle Boruto's situation. But you're trying to put yourself in Boruto's shoes, when in fact you should put yourself not in Boruto's shoes, but Boruto himself, his mindset, the way he's thinking in your shoes.
So as a 12-year-old, think as a 12-year-old.
As a 12-year-old, as what he experienced, it's not what you experienced. You can't put your experience in someone else's shoes.
That's what I wanted to say to you. When I was growing up, I had Boruto's mentality. I'm telling you that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
I was angry. Why is he never around? Why is he never spend time with us? What's going on? And then the truth got revealed. Some Uchiha clan massacre got revealed at 19. I felt like pissed off, obviously. I felt like Boruto, and then that's why, I don't know, man.
Let me read this comment.
Maybe it's an eternal conflict within me, but I think...
Well, Boruto's character is making you self-reflect. Doesn't that show how awesome he is? I like him because he's compassionate, cares about his friends, and he actually smart as F. Unlike Naruto in the first part, as in doing good at the test. I like it. He is also learning about himself and the world. I found it interesting during the tuning exams when he didn't really know why he wanted to be a ninja, which is fine, because even me, I'll be honest here, I can relate this by myself. When I was in A-level times, before I went to university, I didn't know what to do in life. I just felt like shit, I'm just following my siblings. I'm just listening to my dad, what he wants.
None of us know what to do after college, so obviously that part of Boruto is relatable. But I just think they're going about it wrong. Amuse00 says, this is one of the top comments, he says Boruto's character represents the struggle of having such a legacy that he's too scared to live up to with expectations, very much like the anime itself that has to fight for a spot of its own achievements, while people will always compare it to the legacy of Naruto Shippuden. The thing I like most about his character is that directly related to the anime. When Boruto characters get appreciated, and so will the anime. Oh, that's a good point.
I think a lot of people hate him because it comes down to the fact that his dad is so amazing. You know, we can relate. We love Naruto. A lot of people love Naruto, and we are constantly trying to compare Naruto's character to Boruto, when in fact they're complete two different characters.
I've heard people say that if Naruto dies, they'll stop watching Boruto, or Boruto becomes filler once Naruto dies. I've heard people say that. Like, I agree.
Can I be honest?
This is a very articulate. This Amuse guy is very smart.
I think a lot of people find the issue not with Boruto, but with the whole series as a whole.
They put it on Boruto himself.
Exactly. Boruto's character is not, it's not that bad. It's just the way they just doing it. They could have done it so much better. The way the directing style, I'm just disappointed.
No, the biggest disappointment is the studio that got it, because they did no shading on the animation style. Like, it's like, what happened?
They need to make the OSTs and the music and orchestras to carry
everyone's been saying that. Everyone's been saying that.
They're not doing that. It's annoying me, because Naruto was one of those animes, and Bleach, Naruto, and even One Piece is one of those animes that are carried at times by the OST. They're literally carried, and I don't feel like it happened in Naruto yet.
Boruto, G Nick says, I like Boruto because this guy is really awesome. I mean, he has a Jogan, Pure Eye, evolved Rasengan, Shadow Clone, plus Lightning and Wind Chakra natures. Also, this is not enough, because he has the freaking curse mark on top of that. Sure, he doesn't know how to use all of them yet. Just think of his potential. Yeah, that means this guy has a lot of potential, like lot of character development is about to happen. But a lot of people either say I like Boruto because of his powers, or I like Boruto because he's Naruto's son, or I like Boruto because he's relatable. Those are the 3 main reasons. But Yusuf, isn't that a weak argument to say I like Boruto because of his powers? Isn't that a bit of a cheap reason?
No, that's not my argument. My argument is that he's realistic and I like him because of that. But I mean, if people like OP characters, that's, you know, whatever rocks their boat.
Yeah, that doesn't appeal to me. DZ, the legendary Hokage, says he has real life struggles. He was upset with his father and he wasn't there for him. Do all of us have parent issues?
No, I think it means anyone in that situation here would probably react that way if you really think about it. And to be honest, Boruto doesn't really have a father issue like Sarada does, like your father wasn't there all the time. And in Sarada's issue is like, you know, when your dad goes into war, like a lot of people, their fathers, yeah, all respect to them. Their fathers goes out in war, right, and they're away from home a lot of time, and they get raised up, yeah, without seeing their dad ever. But they have the utmost respect for their dad. Like you'll say, oh yeah, my dad is in the army, man. Yeah. They'll say it, but they never met the dad. Yeah, that's like Sarada. Yeah, and that's why she's raised good. Yeah. But Boruto's a character which actually had experience and fun and, you know, and moments with his father, and suddenly that stopped. Yeah, and not because he went away or he disappeared.
It's what Sasuke said to Naruto. You don't know how it feels to have bonds and lose to everyone. So why are you saying you're my best friend, you're my brother? You don't know
exactly.
What I'm talking
about. Even though Naruto didn't have his father, like Naruto's the orphan, right? But Naruto's experience is not, you can say, is less worse than Sasuke's experience because he felt good and happiness around like a nice family and whatnot, and then he lost it.
Yeah. From Mira-chan on Twitter, she says, I like him because he's not an underdog, he's bold, and for all of his cockiness, he can inspire the others around him too, not to mention that all of his problems are all realistic and relatable. I do like that Boruto is not an underdog, right? Sometimes I do like OP characters when they're done right. Yurina says, because he's not the usual shonen protagonist, he is spoiled, smart, and crafty kid. It's almost he goes against the stereotypes of a shonen protagonist in other anime like One Piece, Bleach, and everything else. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think so too. I agree with that. I have no problem with Boruto's character. I just feel like they executed it all wrong. The anime did it all wrong. But the character itself is fine.
Now I've realized that Boruto is a decent person. Like if I was a 12-year-old, I would have acted like him, I'm not gonna lie. And maybe that's why I hate him. And I hate that he's tsundere. That's what I've realized.
Oh damn. At least this video, I mean, you know, it clarified a few points and also changed your mind into hating him.
But he's not in my top 5 though. Is he in your top 5?
Yeah, he is.
Oh my god, bun you, bro.
Like, I told you, I don't see the, you know, massive pull towards Sarada. I'll be honest. I think she's awesome. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think she's better than Boruto as a character. I don't think you're gonna hate me for this, but it's true. Even Mitsuki's character is kind of like, I mean, it's one-sided.
Oh my god, I can't believe what I'm hearing.
I like Inojin quite a lot. A lot of people don't talk about Inojin.
I like him. I like Inojin. I love him.
Yeah, I like Inojin. I like Shikadai. I also like Kawaki. I mean, Boruto's on my top 10. I'm top 5 though.
Anyway, guys, we're gonna do another discussion. Let us know of any discussions you want us to do in the comment section below, so then we can ask you guys and form this community. Follow us on Twitter so you can get, you know, more chances of being in the video, I guess. But yeah, just make sure to smash the like buttons and we see you guys next time.